complete fairy tales in the Brothers Grimm. Today, the story is Saint Joseph in the Forest. Once upon a time, there was a mother who had 3 daughters. The oldest was mischievous and wicked, while the second was much better, even though she also had her faults. Then there was the youngest, who was a pious and kind child. Strange to say, but the mother preferred the oldest daughter most of all and could not stand the youngest. Therefore, she often sent the poor girl into the large forest to get rid of her, for she thought the girl would lose her way and never return. However, the child's guardian angel, which every pious child has, did not allow this to happen and always led the girl back home on the right path. Once the guardian angel pretended not to be there, and the girl could not find her way back out of the forest. So she wandered until it became dark. When she saw a light glowing in the distance, she ran in that direction and came upon a small hut. She knocked, the door opened, and she entered. Then she came to a second door and knocked again. An old man with a beard white as snow and a venerable appearance opened the door. It was none other than Saint Joseph, who said to her in a friendly fashion, "Come, my dear child, sit down in my chair next to the fire and warm yourself. I'll fetch you a glass of clear water if you're thirsty. I have nothing for you to eat except some little roots, which you must first peel before you cook them." Saint Joseph handed the roots to the girl, who scraped them clean. Then she fetched a piece of pancake and bread, which her mother had given her. She mixed everything together in a kettle on the fire and cooked a stew. When it was finished, Saint Joseph said, "I'm so hungry, give me some of your food." The girl did not mind and gave him more than she took for herself. However, God's blessing was with her, so she felt full. After they had eaten, Saint Joseph said, "Let's go to bed now. However, I have only one bed. You lay down on it, and I'll lie down on the straw on the ground." "No," the girl answered, "the straw is soft enough for me." However, Saint Joseph lifted the girl in his arm and carried her to the bed. Then she said her prayers and fell asleep. Upon awakening the next day, she wanted to say good morning to Saint Joseph, but she did not see him. She got up and searched for him, but he was nowhere to be found. Finally, she noticed a bag with money behind the door. It was so heavy that she could barely carry it. A note on the bag said that the money was for the girl who slept there that night. So the girl took the bag and hurried straight home with it to her mother. She gave all the money to her mother as a present, and the woman was totally satisfied with her daughter. The next day, the second daughter felt an urge to go into the forest. Her mother gave her a much larger piece of pancake and bread to take with her. Like her sister, she too became lost. By evening, she arrived at the hut of Saint Joseph, who handed her roots to make into a stew. When it was finished, he said to her just as he had to the first girl, "I'm so hungry, give me some of your food." The girl answered, "Eat with me." Afterward, when Saint Joseph offered his bed to her, told her that he would lie down on the straw, she said, "No, lie down on the bed. There's room enough for the two of us." Saint Joseph lifted her in his arms, set her down on the bed, and then took his place on the straw. In the morning, when the girl awoke, looked for Saint Joseph, he had disappeared. She had found a bag filled with money behind the door. It was the size of a fist, and there was a note on the bag that said the money was for the girl who had slept there that night. So she took the bag and ran straight home, where she gave most of the money to her mother. However, she secretly kept a few coins for herself. Now the oldest daughter was curious and wanted to go into the forest the next morning. Her mother gave her as many pancakes as she wanted, along with bread and cheese. When the sun set, she found Saint Joseph in his hut, just as her 2 sisters had. After she made the stew, Saint Joseph said, "I'm so hungry, give me some of your food." "Wait until I'm full," she answered, "then you can have whatever's left over." She ate almost everything, and Saint Joseph had to scrape the bottom of the bowl. Afterward, the kind old man offered his bed to her and said he would lie down on the straw. The girl accepted the offer without objection, lay down on the bed, and let the old man lie down on the straw. When she awoke the next morning, she could not find Saint Joseph anywhere. However, she was not all concerned about this, since she looked behind the door for a bag of money. It seemed to her that there was something on the ground. Since she could not determine what it was, she leaned over, bumped it with her nose, and there it hung. As she straightened herself up, she realized to her horror that a second nose had become attached to her own. She began to scream and bawl, but that did no good. Everywhere she looked, she saw her own protruding nose. So she ran away in tears, and when she encountered Saint Joseph, she fell at his feet and pleaded until he took pity on her and removed the nose. He even gave her 2 pennies as well. When the girl arrived back home, her mother stood in front of the door and asked, "What did you get as a gift?" The girl answered with a lie. A bag full of money, but I lost it on the way home. Lost? The mother cried. Well, we'll soon find it again. So she took her daughter by the hand to go searching for the bag. First the girl cried and did not want to go along, but then she agreed. Along the way, however, they were attacked by so many lizards and snakes that they could not protect themselves. The wicked girl was finally stung to death, and the mother was stung all over her feet for not having raised her daughter in a proper way. That was the St. Joseph in the Forest. If you liked what you heard, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for visiting, and I hope you have a wonderful day.